What do we say that that smallmouth there goes, Mike? I'd say it's 385 to 4 pound.
Fish. Nice weed, eh, Matt? Nice Georgian Bay smallmouth. It's a giant! Yes!
Right behind you, right behind you. Swim bait. Yes. Yes!
Need to Fish, brought to you by Suzuki Motors, available at Marsh's Marina.
You can back in beside the pontoon trailer, okay, and the ramp is on the other side of the CD. Okay? No problem. No, just idle out here. Okay.
I go to St. Teresa's High School in Midland, so like 10 minutes away. Well, me and my partner Matt, we want to fish in the high school division tournament. We fished last year, so we figured we'd come back, try again, see how well we do this year. Oh yeah, we got a cottage on Methodist Island. I fish it like all the time. Probably smallmouth because they're mostly bigger than the largemouth. Hopefully we'll get some size and then the numbers, see how well we do. It's been actually pretty active the past week. Like I've caught well over a dozen fish at most of my spots, and they'll be pretty good for today, I'm hoping. Like just the competition, like you never know how you're gonna do. Like, it's all a numbers game, and seeing just how well it's a fun time fishing. I started fishing when I was like 4 or 5 years old. My dad took me to like ponds and we'd go catch some sunfish, and I loved it ever since then.
So the idea is college anglers, you can help net each other's fish and stuff. Your boater can actually, you know what, since we don't have any fishing boaters, I'm gonna talk to the boaters and say that it's gonna be, they're allowed to advise and net and call for you guys. So that's changed, so there's no disadvantage for a boater that doesn't have one. So that's different for this year. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We got 5 boats out, which is, every 3 years is kind of cyclical. Next year I'll probably have 12 or 14 boats, just the way it works, so that's okay. You're fishing out of a blue 520 Ranger. Should be here shortly.
Just go out there, have fun, do our best. Even when it might be a little rough, just do our best out there. I think the first time I went out was when I was 4. I don't know, it's just ever since my first fish I was hooked onto fishing. Yeah.
You're fishing out of a Blue Ranger. David's gonna be your boater. So you and Dan are fishing together. Kind of different events, but it'll work. So as soon as those guys get there, yeah, 3 fish per team for the high school. So 3 fish total for 2 guys, and then college is 3 fish per person.
Last year was my first year fishing bass tournaments. I started off with the CBAF. Qualified to go down to the States, fish in Alabama. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing today. Road trip was fun. Got down there, got to fish with a fellow named Cole Vardy. First time meeting him, got to go on the boat for a week with him. Got 4 days of practice, 2 days of tournament. It was a tough go out there, but it was an experience definitely going to last a lifetime. Yeah, I fished this last year. I'm going to start off with some smallies in the morning and hopefully go for some largies depending on what the conditions are like. Well, it's all for, we had a good time, we just hang out, cooked some steaks last night on the barbecue, just hung out, talked about what we're gonna do today. We learn a lot off each other actually, so with my buddy Eric, always competition between us two, no matter what it is, it's always competing. He actually is the one that got me into fishing, just hanging out with each other, started fishing, and then just developed a love for the sport together and kept on fishing every day. I'm thinking it's gonna be not bad, gotta get away from the wind. Other than that, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Matt's putting on a great tournament. He actually came up to school, starting to get some more people out to the tournaments. He works hard for this tournament, and it's a great event. It's awesome. He gets everyone on the water, no matter what. Always teams on the water.
Well, I've done this for a couple of years now, and that's a great experience for the college and high school guys to get out. And, more familiar with the bay, so we enjoy taking them out. What can I say? It's a great experience.
The scale goes the other way. Mark, you can put your rods on the front deck. Here we are, Marsh's Marine at Georgian Bay again, Need to Fish TV. Matt Pezzetta. We're gonna be going back out, talking to some of these anglers, seeing what they're fishing on the water. We'll make our way back here. Since I'm organizing, we'll see how we get into the setup and the weighing of the fish. We'll talk all about that today. Stay tuned, great episode coming up. It's a little bit windier than what we expected out here on the bay today, but we managed to get out in this 23-foot Sun Chaser with a little Suzuki motor on it. My God, it's handling well. Good thing, because we've actually had to come quite a ways to find our first team out here with Neil, and they're fishing a sand to rock to weed kind of transition. And I hear that one of them already has a limit in the boat, and we're about an hour in, so it's gonna be an exciting day for them for sure. They're volunteers that come out, support the event, because a lot of the college students do not have access to a boat. So really, without these boating volunteers, we wouldn't have the event possible. Looks like Eric has just seen a fish follow in on the reaction bait. He's dropping down with a finesse presentation, a small grub or a tube. Back, he's moved to a more steady retrieve reaction bait, spinner bait or a spy bait. So what we have here with the high school event is the boaters are actually coaches, so they can help instruct, they can make suggestions, they're allowed to net fish. A little more interactive than what the college volunteer is. Yeah, it's to help them become better anglers on the water. So they're still in the developmental stage where a lot of even the college students down in the US have their own boats, their schools finance them. 5, sometimes even 6-figure fishing clubs. So they're fishing with a rattle trap, which is a hard crankbait and a hair jig, which is a lead sinker with some marabou and some flash tied onto it, so imitating a leech or a bait fish. So again, both boats in this area, one angler is fishing a reaction bait and the other one's fishing more of a finesse presentation. For someone that's a little less experienced in dealing with a boat in wind like this, it would be difficult for them to both control and fish. So it's good that the volunteer is able to have enough room up on the deck for all three of them to fish. So we have Luke and Mark here. It's the only completely collegiate team. No boater help. And this is one effect that the wind has. It can toss your line anywhere. So here they've pulled up onto what looks like to be a little rock flat, throwing reaction baits. They're still looking for their first fish. Mark goes to Centennial College, where Luke is one of the Travelers Farthing coming from Laurentian University in Sudbury. Every year we take the opportunity to go up to Laurentian and speak to the students there about fishing. This is Mark's first year stepping up to being a boater. He's fished this event 3 years previous, so it'll be interesting to see how him running the boat will pan out. We got fish? Oh boy. Yeah. So something a little different here. We've pulled up on Matt and Ramjet, and they have gone for largemouth, Georgian Bay. We talk about the diversity in the fisheries here. So some teams are sticking it out with smallmouth in the deeper water. Where we come back into a little sheltered bay, you can see a lot less wind. They've actually got a limit of fish already in the boat. So let's watch them, see if they can get another. Looks like Matt's up in the front, throwing a flipping jig. Ramjet's in the back with a spinnerbait. You can tell these guys have fished together. This is a very common tournament practice where you have a guy working slow and methodically in the front, picking apart an area, and the guy in the back is looking for fish that are just out cruising. We're in a little corner here at Georgian Bay. It's a lot of sand behind us, but when you get a little closer to shore here, moves into some grass and you see pencil reeds and some lily pads. So that heavier vegetation that the largemouth like to stick around to is what they're targeting.
Hello?
Hey Don?
Yep.
Hey, how are you guys making out so far today?
They're doing awesome. They're grinding away. We're going for largemouth here, so they're doing really good.
Now, Georgian Bay is such a diverse fishery. Why did your boys choose to go do some largemouth fishing?
We knew that some other guys were going to go smallmouth fishing, and we figured we'd play the numbers game and we could put more fish in the boat with the largemouth, see if we couldn't come out with a good limit.
And I hear you guys have a limit already?
We do, yeah. We had a limit within the first hour.
Wow, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thanks for taking the call. We look forward to seeing you back at weigh-in.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Good luck to you guys.
Bye.
David, so we see you out here. It looks like you're fishing a shoal.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? How are they making out today?
not doing too bad. We've got 5 fish so far. A lot of them have been coming on a Senko. Our first few fish were actually sight fishing. We'd see them cruise by the boat and throw a Senko to them, and they'd all turn around and come back and eat it. So at least it's been exciting watching the fish come eat it. The last few I've just kind of been long bomb casts and getting them to eat.
Now, these are smallmouth bass you're fishing for?
Yeah. Yes, they're all smallmouth. We're trying to target some of the cleaner rock. We've found these smallies, they're not kind of grouping up on kind of a perky bottom, or if there's any grass or moss on top of the sand. Anywhere there's a clean bottom, we've been finding some fish.
That's good. And you have both a high school and a college student with you. How is that working out?
They've been good. We've been sharing fish. One guy gets a fish on. There's another one with it. The other guy will throw to it and hopefully try and get them both. But we've been sharing fish, and things have been going good so far. We just need a few more upgrades.
That's good. Well, I wish you guys luck, and thanks for taking the call.
All right, thank you.
So just making our way back here to Marshes off of Georgian Bay. We found most of the teams out there today, high school and college. We're going to see some fish at the scales today. So it's about 11:30. Come in, get set up and organized, and we'll see you all at the weigh-in.
I'm Mike Murphy. I fish the CBAF. Basically what the CBAF is grassroots of bass fishing. It stands for Canadian Bass Anglers Federation, and it's a very good level to start off. If you love to fish, you want to get in the tournament scene, great bunch of guys. Currently, Matt, I think we have 560 anglers currently, and looking to grow the sport. To grow the sport, show the kids that there's a lot better things to do out there. I mean, there's a lot of kids out there that love to fish and not know this aspect of it. And what Matt's doing is pretty great, and to see what he's doing with the kids, bringing new kids in, younger kids, and eventually growing it and making it bigger for these kids to not just stay in the basement and watching TV all day, but to get out with some local pros and spend a day on the water. There's multiple clubs locally, ranging from Kitchener-Waterloo all the way up into Muskokas, and several clubs in between. Check out your local tackle shops, bait shops like this here, ask around, and find a local club that you can be involved with.
And what high school are you from? Kyle Pender and Matt LeBlanc coming up with, what do we have? Do we have 3 largemouth in there? Beauty, 3 beautiful largemouth.
Today was it was really slow in the morning, and then things started picking up around high sun. And then we started crushing them over, and I won't give the
Over
details.
on Georgian Bay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what do you like about this event? It's your first year doing it. What's special? Second year, I'm sorry. There were a lot of kids here last year.
Yeah.
What had you coming back?
It's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah, it's fun. Makes your summer. The events are really good. They're well organized.
3 largemouth, 805 coming in. Let's pick up 1 fish each. Come over beside the trailer and we'll get a photo of you. I'll take the bag. Grab one fish out of it. Hold them high, hold them proud. Great day on the water, boys. 691. Not an easy day on the water today, so that's a great weight. You're gonna be back next year?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Now the idea behind this in-water weigh system, we have the fish. Go right back beside the trailer there. Perfect. We have the fish in water as much as possible during their aerated live wells all day. They're put into these bags with the water, come back in here into the water weigh system. Minimum amount of time out keeps fish healthier. Back to your boat. Thanks very much, Nick. Matt and Ramjit, we seen you guys a little earlier on the water. You had some fish going. How did we do today?
All right.
All right. How many fish do we have?
3.
So we got a limit, and you got that limit early on today?
Yeah. Probably 2 within the first hour.
703. And they were all largemouth? Now out here on Georgian Bay, there's 2 very different schools of thought when fishing. You can go the largemouth, which is in the weeds, in the mud, in the lily pads, or you can go those sand flats, rock humps, fishing for those smallmouth. And a lot of the anglers so far today looks like they've been going after those green largemouth. Now every year it seems to be the same struggle of getting enough volunteers. And first I would like to thank all the volunteers that came out, brought their boats, donated their time. Greatly appreciated. But this gentleman right here, who is my brother, has done very well at this event in past, and typically fishes as a non-boater. And there were a couple things working against him. For one, we were short on boats, so he took a boat out himself. Never done that before. And how did you find the day, Mark?
It was a hard day, Matt. I'm not gonna lie. It's really windy out there. I didn't end up getting any fish, unfortunately, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
You know what? And that's the right attitude to have. You did a great thing. You got, not by you stepping up and doing that, you allowed somebody else to go out and fish today. So thank you for that. And you did great, and I'm sure you'll be back next year.
Absolutely. Thanks, Matt.
Up next, we have Eric Rosen from Conestoga College. Angler C weighing in. Want to bring those fish up here? Now, Eric, all smallmouth.
Yep, all smallies.
Now, you were out here, and what were you doing the last couple weeks?
I did a little pre-fishing 2 weeks ago. I came up here and found one pretty good area, and that's pretty much where we were all day.
That one fish is half your bag in there.
Went up on some weed patch, just thinking, actually for largies, and then found some schooling smallies up on a sand flat.
That's not bad. Now, Eric, you were fortunate enough to make the team go to Alabama this year. Tell us about that experience.
That was awesome. It was honestly a great experience, seeing like how the Americans take it so seriously down there, and it was great, unbelievable.
And you're looking forward to going back, hopefully?
Ideally, that'd be another dream come true.
Yeah, you know what, Beauty? Hold up a couple fish here. We're going to have one go. We'll wait for big fish. Okay, fish in. 383, great fish today. And what we did, since we had no natural collegiate boaters, we opened it up for the boating volunteers to take more of a coaching role this year. So instead of focusing all on competing, getting down there, we focused on learning because they're all still very new to the sport. And I think it was a good move to make. We were watching them. Now, Winston, how was your day?
It was a good day. We got some numbers, and Dave really showed me some new techniques. So all in all, I'd say it was pretty good.
There we go. That was not his biggest, folks. I know. No, hold that one up first before it goes in the bucket. Whoa! 909, new leader, Winston Ha. Round of applause for the new leader, Winston Ha, out of University of Western Ontario. First tournament ever, and my gosh, he knows how to hold on.
395.
402. Oh. 406. Price is right, I'd be winning. And this is actually a bit of a fairy tale story. I got a phone call a week ago from this gentleman. Several emails asking me why I did not email him. The answer was I was fishing the Canadian Open. Then a couple more emails asking what was the Canadian Open. And he comes out here and he wins it. So where's Winston? Round of applause for your 2016 Canadian Collegiate Bass Fishing Champion.
All this fame,
Smile like
and all
you've
this
never
money.
smiled before.
I could learn to like this game. Just show me the money. Ha! They say I'd be long gone, but that day never came. Cause on every street corner, y'all finna know my name.
Matt Pezzetta need to fish from the 2016 Canadian Collegiate Bass Fishing Championships, Georgian Bay at Marsh's Marina. We will definitely be back here next year.
Need to fish!
Woo!
Lights flashing, nice laughing, loving my passion. What happened? I am a superstar. toast, your boy known from coast to coast. I hate to brag or boast, but you know I'm the most poppin'. And those haters can't stand it, so they try and stop it. Watch it, homie, I got this, crowd's rockin'. Things won't be the same. Used to hit the mall with my dogs, people keep screaming my